Good morning, everybody, and thanks for waking up with the Chase.
No way.
My God!
That's a 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to Dave's. I must ask you a question right now.
1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Oh,
Sit back, relax, and crack a cold one. The Chase is live. So I was reading the chat before we came on here, and it sounds like there was a caffeine-infused car wreck that was on the DA channel before we got on. So, like McLaw asked, he wants a little bit of a calming start to the show. So, good morning. Welcome back from the weekend. This is The Chase, Dave and Adam's talk show about the hobby. I'm glad you guys are here. And you know what? I can read Moosey, but not well. Anyways, David Yarger, good morning. How are you? My broadcast partner. Let's welcome him onto the show. Hi, guys. Keep the noise down. Keep the noise down. I know. We got to
Sneaky.
I love that Steven's cut it off right away. He's like, no, he hammered it. Yeah, we need like golf claps. Oh, anyways, what's going on, guys? It's a bright start to the Monday here. Little Rob Van Dam. That's what that's all about, baby. But seriously, how was your weekend? Good weekend?
Yeah, good weekend. Had the tailgate break yesterday. Then went and watched.
How'd that go?
It went very well.
Good.
Meerkat
Good.
and Jersey John were breaking, and I was out in the field interviewing goats, commentating Flip Cup games, and it was a great time.
It sounds like a normal Sunday here.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd
Love
say
the
so.
shirt, by the way, too.
Thank you.
Awesome. Look at that. Little
Ready
DeMar
for Terry.
Hamlin love. I mean, since the last time we had a chance to talk about DeMar, just leaps and bounds better. It's so exciting to hear. Obviously a long road to recovery, but they went out there, got that dub for him yesterday. And now we are set for the NFL playoffs. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we'll talk about that later in the week. But it's nice. The table's set for everybody. Exciting to see the matchups. What do you guys think in the chat? I don't know. What are you guys thinking for let's just go for the wild card weekend predictions. Let's not go too far yet, but
One step at a time.
one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly or falling in love. There you go. All right, great show lined up for you
I
today.
just got that reference.
I know. Jordan Sparks, you're welcome. One step at a time. Anyways, before we get into everything else, there's one thing I want to mention. You talk about tailgate break. Mm-hmm. You guys notice we've been doing a lot with the Topps 2022 Star Wars Chrome Galaxy. Well, guess what? We are partnering with DAPS, and we have a little something else for you. So, Stevens, do you think you could roll that clip to show people?
I think so.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I hear you have a bounty for me.
I do. 2, in fact. Both worth 15,000 Imperial credits.
I accept.
So there you go. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for those one-of-one superfractor versions of the cards you just saw there. On our side of things, it's the lack of faith with Vader. On DAP's side of things, it is Luke Skywalker assembling his saber. Look for the one-of-one superfractor versions of that. You get those, well, guess what? We're going to buck up and give you 15,000 in Imperial credits. So make sure you're checking that out for sure. And I'm partial to Chrome. Whether it's baseball or F1, but the Star Wars Chrome right there. I love the cards. I thought just the art on the cards itself plus the Chrome finish.
Yeah. Great designs. And speaking of great designs, shout out to Tyler P for that video.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Tyler P is
incredible.
actually in the house this week with us. I'm sure you'll see him pop in at one point, but Tyler is actually here with us this week. So yeah, great edit.
He was all excited. He found a way to do the hologram, so he was very excited at that one. So great job to him, of course, as always. Why don't you get us rolling, get the chat started? How about a little motivation for the week?
Yes. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Eric Jerome Dickey. Fun fact, my dad, when he would coach my baseball teams, he would actually say, early is on time, early is on time is late you run. So
late you run. There you go. Wise words from Dickey there and Mr. Yarger. I mean, that's a quote as old as time. So thanks. How about we peep what we're going to discuss today now?
Let's get to it.
All right, first things first, we'll have all the week's new releases in this week's Wax. We'll take a look at some bad eBay excuses. This one's the pet edition. You're going to love this. It's almost like my dog ate my homework. And is Steven Stamkos underrated hobby-wise? We'll take a look at a tweet regarding the Lightning Star. We'll also take a look at some possible future stars that'll be playing in tonight's college football championship, and we'll get a chance to interview the one-of-one pulling chicken. Yes, this man is a legend, absolute legend. Great costume, the whole gimmick. I can't wait to show you. And we'll finish with not just one, but 2 boxes of 2022 Panini Select draft picks to keep the college tone going. But first, let's give away the Topps Chrome Formula 1 cards from Friday. David pulled 2 golds out of 75 and some Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton cards as well. So, without further ado, Mr. Stevens, can I get that drum roll, please? Here it is. I got to bring it up into frame. Congratulations to Miami Trev 2 from YouTube with nothing more iconic than the STP sponsored number 43.
Yeah.
So what we asked you guys is we asked what your favorite decal or sponsorship on a race car was of all time. And of course, we got a lot of love for the legend of Richard Petty.
Richard Petty.
So there you go, Miami Trev. Congratulations. I love the YouTube name. Look for a reply to your comment on the video, and then send us all of your shipping information to thechase@dacardworld.com, and we'll get the cards shipped out to you.
No love for Mark Martin and the number 6 Viagra.
And the Viagra car. Also legendary. Well, sometimes it's hard to pick between the two.
Okay. All right. You want to get the new releases?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
All right. Let's just look at the
No
releases
disrespect to anybody who has to use Viagra,
Yeah.
All right, anyways.
All right. First things first, we're going to head to the Diamond. We got 2022 Panini National Treasures Baseball. Here, there is 8 autograph or memorabilia cards per box. You're going to want to look for star rookies like Juan Yepez, Alec Thomas, and Bobby Wood Jr. on rookie material signatures and rookie material signatures 2. Additionally, find super prime material from former, current, and future star players in bat knobs, bat nameplates, and cleats. So it's going to be fun to see what comes out of that product.
Yep, National Treasure's always a favorite in the other sports for excellent and exquisite, if you will, patches. And, of course, the autos. So looking forward to that. Next, we're going to head to the hardwood, though, and that's for 22-23 NBA Hoops basketball. Here you'll find 1 autograph and 24 parallels and inserts per box. And this is featuring the first cards of the 22-23 rookies in their NBA uniforms. So listen up. That means people such as Paolo Banchero, Benedict Mathurin, Jaden Ivey, Jabari Smith Jr., and Keegan Murray. So get excited, because so far we've only seen college versions of these guys' cards. Chet Holmgren, I'm assuming, will be in there too. Obviously, unfortunately, not playing this year, but still was big coming out of the draft. So get on top of this. This is the first true rookies you're going to see of these guys.
Pick up some NBA hoops.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, we're going to hit the ice. Wednesday, we have 21-22 Upper Deck Skybox Metal Universe Hockey. Here, there are 3 97-98 retro cards per box, in addition to 1 ice carvings or Skybox metal picks per box. Look for alternate jersey variation cards, as well as autographed parallels. remember, the rookies in this product, we're going back a few years. Cole Caulfield, Trevor Zegras, Moritz Seider, Mason McTavish, many, many more. I seen Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen's in there.
Yeah.
JJ Peterka. There's a ton of guys in there.
Yep, great note on that. I'm glad that you mentioned the rookie class because PMGs and jambalayas of Caulfield and Zegras. I mean, come on. Cha-ching,
Moolah.
cha-ching. Money signs in my eyes.
Cha-ching.
All right, next up we have, there it is.
Yes.
2022 Panini Mosaic No Huddle Football. Here you'll find 1 autograph, 3 silver parallels, 5 inserts, 10 No Huddle exclusive parallels, and 1 rookie variation per box. Now, this product includes the current season's rookie class, including Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Brock Purdy, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London, Matt Corral, and Sam Howell, just to name a few. A couple of standouts there. Kenny Pickett, obviously a strong finish to the season, unfortunately just missing the playoffs due to the mathematical circumstances. But Brock Purdy getting a huge chance in the first round as they drew number
Seattle.
2.
Yeah,
so they
they're
drew
gonna
Seattle.
play
They have the
Seattle.
lower seed, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that.
Yes. And Brock Purdy, what a year he ended up putting up.
I know.
So
I know.
crazy.
In only a handful of games.
Exactly. He might win Offensive Rookie of the Year, possibly. But lastly, Friday we have 2022 Panini Spectra Football Hobby. Here you're going to find 4 autos, 4 mem cards, 7 base or parallels, and 1 insert per box. Also, new for 2022, look for Interstellar, Astral, and Universal parallels. Additionally, Spectra is returning with brand new inserts such as Rookie Spectrus, Wavelength, and Spectraverse. And I believe Josh Allen is on the front of that box too. So
Gorgeous looking cards, those. I've always been a fan of Spectra. It's just like crazy colors, real loud cards. And as you can see, I like loud stuff.
no,
You'd never guess. Very, very reserved,
yeah,
of course.
I feel like you're just a wear a black T-shirt kind of guy.
Yeah, underneath that is. Okay, let's shift to what's going on around the hobby because we want to make sure we get to our guest here. So first up, a recent tweet that I saw that was going around regarding Tampa Bay Lightning star and Stanley Cup champion Steven Stamkos had us scratching our heads. At least me. I was just curious. So now, while some may think Stamkos is a superstar, some may think he's overrated. Well, in this tweet, they're asking, is he underrated? From a hockey perspective, he may not get the love he deserves when it comes to McDavids of the world, but what about the hobby? Well, very interesting in my opinion. Once again, I tried to find players to compare him to. Connor McDavid's hard because Connor McDavid is just upper echelon, right?
yeah,
He's in a class of his own at this point, hobby-wise. He is this generation's, Gretzky in terms of the hobby.
Right.
I don't want to say, I'm not trying to say in terms of playing, but I will admit that I kind of compared him here. You can see I have a ton of notes here on the desk. I decided on Crosby, Kane, McKinnon, and I threw McDavid in there. You guys all right? They're losing it back there. They're literally in tears. I hope everybody's okay.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Beauty.
All right. So what I was getting into here before I was these guys just busted,
rudely
interrupted. But you look at these guys. I will admit that Stamkos does not have the accolades in this regard.
Right.
Single accolades, like single player accolades. He's won the Richard twice, the Rocket Richard. So he's won the scoring title twice. And you got to remember, before Austin Matthews, he was the last guy to score 60 goals in a season. Right? 2-time Cup champion. He's obviously going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's pretty cut and dry there, in my opinion. And who knows? He may go on to win one more title. Obviously, injuries didn't help him, kept him out a little bit. But you got to remember, too, Crosby had, a whole season that he stayed out from the head injury.
Right.
And I think even a little bit into the next season. But I just decided to take a look at Young Guns.
Okay.
I did Young Guns. So let's go with Steven Stamkos here. These numbers provided by and researched by Card Ladder. So thanks to Card Ladder for this. But
Shout out Card Ladder.
January 9th $245 for a BGS 9.5 Stamkos. Okay, Young Guns, we're talking. $150 for a raw one on January 8th. PSA 10. What is this? That was a signed Young Guns, so that was a little skewed here.
Right.
So let's go here. $299. BGS 256. That's on January 4th. So these are all in the new year right here. But, I mean, I'm seeing this one here. Young Guns, mint 8.5. January 1st, $88.
So my question to you would be, where does he rank amongst these guys that you're comparing him to? Like, where does
Lower.
Stamkos fall?
Lower. 100%. Even guys because, I mean, Stamkos, too, he's your highlight guy. Like, he's going to give you highlight goals.
Right.
But, like I said, Patrick Kane, his are interesting. I mean, here you got January 7th, $193 for just a raw, $146 for a raw. So Stamkos maybe a little bit of, but here you go. This one is PSA 10 on January 7th, sold for almost $1,500. You know what I mean? So it's just, here's another one, BGS 9.5 on January 5th, $699.
There you go.
So it seems the raw ones are comparable to Stamkos for Patrick Kane.
But then graded.
But graded through the roof. But obviously Patrick Kane, the dynasty there in Chicago, he's another one. Great player, will give you the highlights. Who are you curious about?
So you looked at McKinnon, I believe.
Yeah.
McKinnon has got to be up there.
I would say McKinnon is probably the most comparable to Stamkos. But you got to think, Stamkos has been in the league longer. Nathan McKinnon, his is 13-14 are the rookies.
Okay.
Stamkos is 08-09. But, one cup already in his young career. And obviously, I think he's had a couple more trophies to his name than Stamkos. But PSA 9, $293. PSA 9 again, $270. Those were both on January 8th. $255 for the 9.5 BGS. So he's comparable. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like you have to even dive a little deeper and you have to think about where he is in his career compared to where Stamkos.
Right.
So he goes out, wins another cup, or he starts winning more stuff. He may end up passing him already.
It's possible.
You know what I mean? It's interesting. Stamkos, though, only surpassing 100 points, I think once or twice in his career that I looked at.
I never knew that.
Seems crazy, right?
Yeah.
So obviously the goal scorer, but the points, and like I said, there's those injuries. So there have been times where he hasn't necessarily been able to get a full season in. So with a full season in, what could we have seen? Could we have seen another title? Could we have seen more trophies? Could we have seen an Art Ross? So that's it for that, though. Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm talking 1,500, 1,300, 1,900.
Yeah.
Those guys were just up. So I think Stamkos could be underrated. I think he's a little taken for granted, if you will, in the hobby. If you're a collector and you love Steven Stamkos, well, then you could pick up his cards pretty cheap.
I agree. Next, let's have a little fun. Today, thanks to Card Porn on Insta, we're going to look at some brutal eBay excuses. Pets edition. Yes, that's right. People blaming eBay purchases on their pets or animals. Let's just roll the first one. Okay, I apologize for canceling the order. When I got home last night, I found out my dog had thrown up all over your item. I was meant to message you last night, but I crashed out of it. Sorry once again.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier in the episode, it's like your dog basically eating your homework.
Yeah,
Your dog threw up. That's amazing. I'll tell you right now, I don't know if I could ever throw up and it would make enough force that it would click a button to bid on something.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. What's the next one? Oh my
Please cancel the order. My dog got hard next to my phone and he accidentally hit the bid button and bid 103 and 1. Please cancel. On a Ben Matherin of all people. I hate when that happens to the dog. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me?
Red Rocket.
Well, I bet you. You know what? I bet you somebody left their Viagra out and that dog licked it up.
Oh my God! What's the last?
Just
What's
saying.
the last one?
Just saying.
Sorry, dog bid without me realizing no more dog food until New Year's for him. Please cancel.
How dare he?
I know. You're just
How
gonna,
dare he punish his dog
gonna
for his
punish the
mistake?
dog?
Hey, he's not going to feed it till the New Year. I think we should report that guy. Anyways, thanks to card porn there. What do you say we say the CFB stuff for the end?
Yeah.
I think we should get into the guest for the day. How about that?
Let's do it.
I think that's it. You're excited about this one. You set this one up.
I'm very excited. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but I know that I am. Listen, met up with this guy on Instagram. It's going to be a fun one, ladies and gents. We have the one of one pulling chicken that we're going to welcome onto the broadcast. Yes, we are interviewing a man who breaks in a chicken mask because he's freaking awesome. You've maybe seen him before breaking on social media, but we got him here today. So without further ado, everyone, say hello to the one of one pulling chicken. My man, how's it going?
David
There.
Troy, can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
And we can
Loud and
definitely
clear.
see you too.
Happy Monday. I think when the staff was laughing, it's when I turned my camera on and they were caught off guard just a tad bit. So fair
So-
enough.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know you are absolutely right. They were definitely caught off guard, but I took a peep over and I'm like, oh, he's in, he's ready.
So David can't see them very well, but I can see them. So they literally turned the camera, or they turned the screen to me, and I could see you. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I just had to keep a straight face and just keep going.
Oh yeah. So my man Chicken, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I am pumped. Thanks for having me, gentlemen, and let's have a little fun today.
Absolutely. So obviously, before we address the chicken in the room, I guess you could say, give us some background on how you got your start in the hobby.
So I grew up in the night. Well, I was born in the '80s and remember vividly going to card shops and shows with my dad in the '90s, and we collected baseball. And then at some point wasn't in it anymore, and then with everybody else when COVID came around, had dug through some closets and had gotten back into it, and found out about online breaking. And I honestly thought it was the dumbest thing I had ever seen in my life. Why would you have someone open a box for you? And then I found the guys in Toronto, Mint Inc. fellas. I started watching their streams on Instagram in like early 2021, mid 2021, and absolutely loved it. Their knowledge of the cards, the different product they had, the nice little community in the chat. So every now and then I get into some breaks with a neighbor. We had actually started back in cards. One day our wives told us to get the kids out of the house for the afternoon. So he said, I heard baseball cards are big again. So we spent like 4 hours driving them around to different targets looking for cards just to get them away from the house. And that just kind of spiraled into the love. And in one afternoon, I was in a break. This was in like August of 2021 on Backyard. And I had the AFC West and I think the NFC West, and ended up pulling a Patrick Mahomes one of one gold shield or shield gold standard card, and also a couple Kyler Murray RPAs. And there was someone in the break that they didn't get anything. So I said, well, give that guy one of the Kylers. And everyone got all excited, and they said, will you come down and pick up the card? And I said, sure, but under one condition. Like, I'm a private person. I said, I don't want to show my face on camera. I've had the nickname Chicken since I was a kid, and they said that's fine. So I don't think they knew what they were getting into. So I went down with my neighbor, and we picked up the card and did a stream with them. And while we were down there, I bought a case of the 2020 FOTL National Treasures NBA, LaMelo's rookie year.
Ooh.
And we auctioned off 2 of the boxes on the stream and raised $10,000 and donated it to the Steve Smith Family Foundation here in Charlotte. They are building a 24-hour behavioral health emergency service building. And then we opened the other 2. And the first box we opened had a LaMelo Ball true to 99 RPA. And I know it was absurd. And the chicken kind of stuck. Like if I had known this would be a thing, I would have gotten a mask that I can breathe in or see. And I bought the Mahomes jersey to go pick it up. You being a Bills fan, and I left the tags on because I was going to return it after the trip. I figured I'll get one use out of this. and then give it back. And oddly enough, chicken kind of stuck around. So, this was in the middle of COVID when people were worn down, right? Everybody been through a lot. And what I started doing was going on to some streams, and I'd buy a box of cards and I'd split it with someone randomly in the chat. And they'd get the left side of the box and I'd get the right side, and they'd open their packs and so forth and so on. And I just do this in different streams and met a lot of people doing this, and just loved the connections I made. Got involved with a couple nonprofits while doing it. And then as my comfort with handling cards increased, I was like, I'd like to do this once or twice a week. So I started breaking UFC cards in December of 2021, and was just H2, just boxes of H2 for a number of months. And it's now turned into what it is today, which never in a million years would I have thought I'd still be wearing this mask, getting to, break UFC cards a couple times a week. I have a lot of fun doing this. This is sort of like a secret identity. There's not many of my family or friends that even know I do this. I'm in a separate bedroom in the house, the kids stay out of, because that's where I keep all my collection and cards and things of that nature. And it's been an absolute ton of fun doing this. And that leads me that's the 3-minute recap of to where I am today.
Yeah, that's awesome. I am curious though. You say you can't breathe in that mask. When you're breaking, is it sometimes hard to see what you're looking at?
Well, I don't wear the mask when I break. I'll put it on and off and turn the camera around, but I'm not like the guys that have the face cam. I couldn't. There's no way. I'd pass out.
That'd be a tough go.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
But it is. It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like almost like a Batman situation in a way. But do you think the power is in this mask, or do you think now that you've kind of been doing this for a while, do you plan on trying to upgrade the mask at all?
I feel like it'd be hard to change faces at this point in time. I'll do some content. I went and visited some other breakers, the Chicago Six being one of them. Really like those guys, and we did the polar plunge for the Special Olympics. And when I agreed to it, I don't think, me being from North Carolina, winter ends like February in North Carolina. So I went to Chicago in March, and it was like 28 degrees and 30-mile-an-hour winds, and we went into the lake that day, and it was, I had a bathing suit and a chicken mask on. And I don't know if the crowd knew what to make of it. But it now the mask goes with me when I do different things or show my face or anything along those lines.
Of course. So my question is, traveling, do you usually drive, or is it one of those things like, have you ever got stopped in an airport like with a chicken mask in your suitcase?
They've never, I'll shove this mask in my carry-on with the Mahomes jersey, and then one of the guys from Pool Kings, a while ago, they bought me a pair of Crocs that are KFC Crocs.
That's so awesome.
I would bring those. It's an absurd, and this is what I love about it. Like, this is so stupid, and that's what makes it so much fun. It's supposed to be fun, right? The trading hard hobby. There's many different levels to it, but at the heart of it, I believe it should be fun. I'm 38 years old. You don't get a chance to kind of reinvent yourself in a completely goofy and stupid way. So I'm just having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it is. I mean, someone's going to watch this. They're going to say, "What did you two do to deserve to have to talk to a guy in a chicken mask for 20 minutes?" I think it's punishment or something.
Hey, no punishment at all. This is amazing.
When David told me he booked you, I was stoked. Because I had seen your work before, just like scrolling through my Instagram timeline. I was like, yes. I was like, that is a great guess. Because I'm a big person, like without a mask, I'm huge on just doing things and saying things just to get reactions out of people. Mm-hmm. So for you talk about that creativity, you talk about that goofiness. A lot of people seem to take themselves seriously in the hobby. So how important do you think that is to just kind of let loose and have fun? And, do you feel like more people should get on that bandwagon in the hobby?
I think it can be whatever you want, but I think you should embrace that if that's something you're into. And that's what the social media, before this, I mean, my Instagram account, I hated social media. I had like 100 followers and they were close friends and, family. And now the amount of people that I've met and been able to connect with and they impact me in a positive way and vice versa. Like, it's incredible. And I think it's really what you want to make out of it as you go forward. And, I try to be very serious when it comes to, the breaking. I'm handling people's cards and things of that nature, and we want to ship on time. But for the most part, I have these little small hands that I sing happy birthday to people with, and, rubber chickens and just some ridiculous stuff in the streams that it should be as much entertainment as it is the cards. Like, I can't control what's going to come out of the boxes. I can help control how much fun you have while you're hanging out in the stream, and that's what I try to focus on.
So, in all seriousness, I'm being dead serious when I ask this question. To stick with the character, say you pull a 1-of-1 or a big hit, case hit, or whatever. What sounds do you make? Do you give the people like a or like I have no idea. Like, do you do like some type of sound?
About I don't know how it came to fruition, but I go buck baby, and buck baby has become the celebratory cry of a beautiful card.
Love to hear it.
You always gotta have a battle cry. I like that.
So obviously you've built, quite the following. But what were people's initial reactions to the chicken character?
A lot of people were very positive and kind about it. And, I think about the people I met and just learning their stories. Like, some of the folks I love working with is Michelle from the Mr. Strong Foundation. Her family's been a part of the hobby for many years. And her son Landon is disabled, autism, a number of things. And she started a foundation that helps families with therapy, occupational, physical, speech, whatever it may be. And I got to meet these folks and we've raised money for them and sponsored families. I would say 90% of the reactions were positive because it came from a place, and hopefully people can see that of like it's genuine. I own a business. I have about 80 employees. So this is like my escape from all the stress and things of that nature. So I don't want there to be more stress and issues. I want it to be fun and connect with folks. And there's people that I talk to on Instagram, all the time that I've met doing this and created a lot of relationships and friendships across the country and even the world that I never would have thought would have happened. So thankfully, everyone's been pretty darn kind to me.
And now, seriously, though, if you couldn't break in a chicken mask, what other animal mask would you use?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think those horse masks are pretty great. Those have always gotten a good chuckle out of me.
I would say that's probably
that's a good call. Yeah, the horse masks are fun too. I think you need a whole stable maybe at one point,
I have a couple guys that run on my stream that they live in different parts of the country, and I ship them product and they break once or twice a week. They're like me, they enjoy doing this, and I have not brought up the idea of them being, pig 1-of-1 for football or whatever other hides or animals that the balls are made out of in different sports. So they get to pick their normal persona and go with that, and I think they're thankful.
So I like to take this time to use this question because we are so early in the year. So for you, sounds like you do a ton of work with charity, which is amazing, and you're having all this fun. What's some goals for you though in 2023?
I've been asked that a couple times. I think it's how do you stay relevant and true to who you are with all the changes going on. You guys know as much as I do with the rumors of, takeovers of card companies or distribution or this or that. It's a matter of like, those are all outside of my control. What I can is what kind of experience and what appreciation do we show the folks that interact with, chicken? And what fun and different things can we do for folks to continue to make this something that people feel excited about? I'd say my goals is keep having fun. hopefully pull a big Patty the Batty auto. I wore I wore my Patty shirt today.
Yes.
Instead of in respect for the Bills, instead of the Kansas City shirt, I wore the Patty the Batty shirt today. So I'd love to pull a Patty the Batty auto when that comes out, and just keep having fun with the guys. I brought 2 new streamers on starting this week, and it'll take a couple months to coach them through, but I hope we just continue to grow and keep a good name, and keep showing appreciation for the folks that support us.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned the Patty the Batty shirt, because that leads me into the next question. I've noticed you break a ton of UFC. So in your personal opinion, what is the market like for UFC right now? And in what direction would you say UFC is trending?
It took a big hit with everything else, but UFC being more niche, I think it took a harder hit. The singles are down a fair amount. Some say it's a good buying opportunity. Some say it's the end of the world. I have no idea. I do know that there's a lot of cards you can get that 6 months ago were absurdly priced, and now they're much more friendly. I personally think, and don't take this with any sort of certainty, but I do believe with the UFC being the largest growing sport in the world, the global reach it has. It's on, year-round and frequently, and they've done a great job of bringing a lot of new rookies and setting up some great fights recently, that it will continue to grow. It may be slower than most other segments of the sport. The UFC wax is still a tad high, but it's definitely coming to line from where it was 6 months ago. So I'm hopeful. I think things will continue to even out, and as new releases come out and Panini hopefully puts a little more awareness behind the product, because it's a very small market, that folks will continue to collect their favorite fighters or learn about UFC or start watching. So I'm hopeful, but also, with anything else, there's a lot of outside forces, the economy, things of that nature, that dictate a lot more than I do when it comes to what direction the UFC market's heading in.
Last question I have for you here is, obviously we're seeing a lot of firsts with the UFC products, because we know it was Topps and now it is Panini. So how have you felt, just, design-wise, look, hits, anything like that? How have you felt about the UFC products? I know we just saw Optic a few weeks ago, making its obviously inaugural edition for Panini.
So I think they've done a great job. I really like Select is my favorite. 2021 Select's my favorite UFC product, Panini to rip. I actually just picked up Reed's 2013 Topps Knockout on the website. That I couldn't sleep last night and picked that up. So thank you, Reed. I'm excited to chase some Ronda Rousey autos. The Topps product, the patches, the on-card autos, and in a myriad of the different products that aren't, they don't all have to be $1,000 boxes to have on-card autos. There's a lot of great product that Topps has, a lot of great fighters, some really neat, soulful, additions to the cards. I think hopefully Panini will showcase that with the new Immaculate. I think most, if not all of that's on card. I love, the Octagon side out of Select. I mean, Prism looks great. So I think they've done a great job with a sport that, relatively doesn't have a large market at this point. So I think as that grows, hopefully it'll get some more innovation and a little more attention. But the Optic was a great product. It's been a lot of fun. Just about everything other than we won't say the Don Russ this year was a little rough. But other than that, I've liked everything they've come out with.
Yeah, and we have emerging sports like F1 has been rising like crazy. I truthfully feel you could see a rise, an F1 type rise with UFC.
Sure.
I mean, the more and more it goes.
Well, yeah, and you get the personalities too. Like, for instance, you're wearing the Patty the Batty shirt. So there's a lot of personalities, and I think people love the personalities along with the highlights of the fights. So those two coupled together, for sure.
Yes. Now, before we wrap up, we always, for every single guest, we roll out the red carpet. It's your plug-a-thon. Where can the people find you on social media, website? Hit them with all the info. Where can they find the one-of-one pulling chicken?
So I'm limited with technology. So Chicken One of One on Instagram is is my main hub for everything. I do break on Whatnot, but most of my content, I say content, the things I post, I don't know if I'd call it content. The things I post and different cards and things of that nature, it's all on Instagram. So I got a link to the Whatnot profile in there, but I try to answer my DMs as quickly as possible if anybody gets in touch with me, and that's the place to find me.
And I will say, you do answer very quickly.
Which we certainly appreciate.
Trying to get you as a guest, just you were flawless. You were great, and we appreciate it. Chicken, man, we appreciate your time, and thank you for coming on.
Troy, David, thank you for having me, and have a great rest of the show. And I greatly enjoyed this, so thank you. And gentlemen, on three, can we do a Bok Bok Baby together?
All right.
Ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Bok Bok, baby.
Hey!
Bok Bok, baby. Yeah, that's the way
That's the way to
right
go out.
there, baby.
Have a good day.
We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Bok Bok, baby.
baby.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, oh my God, it was fun. Of course. I feel like, and you know what? We talk to these people, and then the wheels get turning. Like, we need to talk about, like, collaborating with them or doing something. How fun would that UFC break with him?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It'd be a good time.
You wear a horse mask. I'll
wear a horse mask.
I'll wear like a
100%.
pig mask or something. Boink.
See, I got it down already.
All right. So I was thinking, should we talk about CFP?
Yeah, let's talk a little CFP, and then we'll roll into the box rib giveaway.
All right. So I know we kind of already did around the hobby, but we're going to finish with the college football championship tonight between Georgia and TCU. Georgia, overwhelming favorite after surviving Ohio State, while TCU came in off an incredible upset, I'd call it, of Michigan. Everyone expected it to be Georgia and Michigan. Well,
Yeah.
It's Georgia and TCU. There are a few players in this game that will likely be playing on Sundays next season. So I'm going to go through, maybe talk about a few players that could possibly garner some market attention next year.
Sure.
First one, I'm going to say it's a no-brainer. Quentin Johnson of TCU. The stats were incredible. He had 59 catches, 1,066 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He's an automatic playmaker. Probably going to go in the top 15. Probably the top wide receiver, maybe off the board. So you've seen where wide receivers are rising in the hobby. You've had, it started really with Jamar Chase, and it's ever since then. Like George Pickens has been hot this year.
Yep.
So
Pickens, Olave,
Yep.
Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
So
Drake London, like all these guys, you see wide receivers really rising in the market. But then I also want to mention, if he has a good game tonight, I really think it's going to help his draft stock. Max Duggan, the TCU quarterback. Obviously, we all know QBs are the bread and butter, the upper echelon
QBs
of
are
the
king.
hobby.
QBs are king.
Duggan, he's vastly improved over 4 years. 3,546 yards this year, 32 TDs. And, he's also a dual threat. He's ran 127 times for 461 yards, 6 touchdowns. He can be a dual threat. Would he get an automatic shot in the beginning of his NFL career? I don't think so. I think he's what like people are doing with Kyle Trask right now, where they're kind of, if they get a Kyle Trask, they're hanging on to him and hoping that,
waiting it out.
Yeah, waiting it out, playing the waiting
I'm
game.
sure that's what people are doing with Malik Willis too from this year as well.
I like, and yes, Shaftastic 18, Duggan the next Dalton. Same college, could possibly see that happen. You never know.
You certainly hope that's not the path that Duggan goes. Not saying anything against Andy Dalton, the person. Andy Dalton, the player.
Dalton, the player, was good his first few years, and then obviously he tampered off. And then on the Georgia side of things, I gotta go. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Stetson Bennett or Bennett, whatever his name is, Stetson Bennett." No, I'm not going Stetson Bennett. I'm not going Stetson Bennett. He's like 29 playing against 21-year-olds. I'm not going him. I'm gonna go Kenny McIntosh. Kenny McIntosh, running back for Georgia, dual threat. He can catch out of the backfield. He had 779 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns this year. But he also had 42 catches for 505 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. You look at some of the past running backs that have come out of Georgia. You know, you got your Sony Michel's, your Nick Chubbs. I mean, James Cook this year.
Yep.
Todd Gurley. I mean, there have been a lot of good running backs to come out of Georgia that, you know, they just fill in. They just fill in and they put up big numbers. I mean, you look at Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was a backup for like his first 5 games of his career. And then he took over for Carlos Hyde in Cleveland, and the rest is history. And obviously, you know, running backs, not great in the hobby, but some you know, low risk, possible high reward, I would say, for Kenny McIntosh.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. And I think the very interesting on the Duggan and the Johnson, because this year it does feel like the wide receivers saved this hobby class.
Yeah.
It seems like the wide receivers saved this hobby class. Now, next year, I know besides Duggan, we have guys Bryce Young,
C.J. Stroud, Will Levis.
Right. So it's supposed to be a crowded quarterback class of good quarterbacks. So it'll be interesting to see where Johnson fits in. And honestly, it'll be interesting to see where Duggan fits in because, like you just named, you rattled it off so quick. When you think about hobby and you think about next year's class, you're already getting excited for Stroud, Young, all those guys you just named right there. So...
yeah.
Good little report there, though. 3 guys to keep an eye
it.
on in tonight's game. And, of course, going forward into the next slate of Panini releases for next year's class. Obviously, some collegiate stuff that'll come out that I'm sure is going to have them in that, like Flawless, select draft picks like we have here, Chronicles, things like that.
Yep. Speaking of college.
I love when we just have, like, that just, like, little... There's like that just little couple seconds of silence. What's up?
Couple seconds of awkward silence, but it's all good. We have college football to rip.
Yeah, we do.
You ready?
Yeah. Explain to me a little bit here, because this is from the brain of David today, this box rip giveaway.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought it would be proper.
No, be confident in your answer.
I thought it would be proper if we ripped some college. You know, you're going to see college jerseys in here, and I felt like with the college football championship, the finale of the college football season, it's just right.
And you're damn right it was right.
Yeah, and obviously you're not going to find players from tonight's game in this product, but we'll take a look at some rookies from the NFL this season.
Oh, see?
So
everybody likes it. And look, Bill Dozer called it out. Look what he said.
Box war.
That's right. If you look here, we each have a box. So, of course, we're going to do a box war.
Box war. Somebody cue up the poll.
Cue up the poll. Who you think's going to win, David or me? David's been on an absolute heater lately, guys. An absolute heater. Seriously. He's been winning. Even on and off the stream, he's been winning. This guy just wins. This is what he does. This is what he does, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm like even getting posted on like people's social medias because like the one Luka Doncic card I pulled, they're like, "Oh my God, this is the best pull ever," and I'm like, "I did that."
See? David's cool, guys. David's just cool.
I'm a little quiet
I'm just
at
the
times.
old nerd here.
I know I'm a little quiet at times, guys. I try to be energetic and everything, but I can be cool sometimes.
You got to worry about the quiet ones. So since you've already listen, you've done all the work here. So finish it off. How should the chat and folks at home enter to win this giveaway?
I think it's just fitting. You go a winner for the college football championship tonight and a score.
Okay. Who's going to win tonight? Score prediction. Easy as that. Sound off in the chat now. But I need the cutter for the break.
There he is.
Are you going to comb my hair? I hope you actually comb my hair.
I don't have a cutter for you today, but I noticed that your hair needed some attention.
Can you comb it for me?
Oh, get that
Wait.
front part. Yeah. Swoop it up. There you go.
Oh, wow. You're doing a great job.
I have hair too.
Can you see my bald spots?
Patrick does have some flow.
Patrick, can you see my bald spots all on the top?
I didn't see anything.
Hey, you left your cut. He left his cutter. He's gone, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, wow. That Patrick kid, though, you know, great guy.
It's always coming up with new stuff. It's amazing.
He's so innovative. He does. He has, I will say, very
innovative.
Creative, great mind.
Yeah,
I listen to.
innovative.
He may not think I'm listening to him, but I have an ear to him, so I hear what he's saying. Creative. All right. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Want me to go first?
Yep.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Sounds like I'm going to go first.
Meerkat was hyping this product up. He said, we're going to get something big.
Well, do you remember during Giftathon? And guys, if you haven't watched Giftathon or any of our past breaks, remember those are on our YouTube, youtube.com/DACardWorld. And of course, you can find these products on DACardWorld.com. Quick little plug sesh there for you. But remember, you did one during Giftathon and you pulled that Patrick Mahomes color wheel. Remember you had that?
I did, yeah.
You had that crazy box.
There was like a 3-card sequence. It was like Mahomes.
Something like that.
It was like the Mahomes color wheel.
Yeah, the tie-dye.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't. There was 1 out of 5 or something.
Yeah, something like that too.
I can't even remember.
You had a crazy sequence for sure. It was like one pack.
Yeah. Oh, there was a redemption too.
All right, good luck everybody. Fanning out a little bit. I see a red here. Let's go from that. We've got Kyron Williams. That is a field level Debo. Dean field level rookie. Brian Robinson Jr. That's a nice one. George Pickens rookie. Not bad. Jamison Williams. Oh, and there's our first auto. Is that a tie-dye out of 25?
Wow.
Devontae Price out of 25.
Not too.
Let's go. Little tie-dye auto. Boom, boom, shake the room.
Not bad. You know what? I gotta remember. I gotta remember. I have my own box, so I can't get discouraged. I can't get discouraged.
Lamar Red out of 199.
Okay, you're off to a very good start.
Eli Hyper. Oh, Drew Bledsoe. Love Drew Bledsoe.
Hell yeah. Where did he even go to school?
Prism. He went to Washington State.
Oh, of course.
Sparks Jahan Dotson. And there we go. How about a Malik Willis Sensations?
Nice.
Prism. Okay. Second pack. You got this, David.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, we got another red here. I'll be honest, when I fanned out, I didn't even see the tie-dye. I didn't see it.
Unreal. Jake Plummer.
Plummer field level. Isaiah Spiller field level. Chase field level.
J-Mo.
There you go. We got Tolbert rookie. Aiden Hutchinson rookie. Nice. Had a great game last night.
He sure did.
Gronk Cup. Another auto. Alec Pierce, who actually...
Our good friend there, Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce. I know. I feel like we pull him all the time. Alec Pierce. But Pierce, I feel like they started throwing to him more.
They did.
Later in the season.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He's definitely getting looks with Indy.
How about a red field level of Ray Lewis?
What is that out of?
That's out of 149.
Not bad.
149. Not too shabby.
Ray Lewis went to the U.
Mike Evans hyper field level. Is that McCaffrey? McCaffrey
CMC.
Prism field level. And Jerkovic and London. Okay, last pack for me.
That's funny. That Jerkovic, he was the quarterback for Boston College this past year.
Interesting.
So, and he just transferred to Pitt. So, anything here?
I don't see anything. Oh,
that a
how about a
TB?
Brady field level though? Base, but still Brady. Mike Williams field level, Chubb field level, Dickerson, Rodgers.
Is Aaron Rodgers
Traylon
done?
Burks.
Is Aaron Rodgers done, chat?
Kyron Williams. And Caleb Ellaby.
Ooh, the Western
Caleb
Michigan.
Ellaby X Factor Auto.
Western Michigan.
Western Michigan. I can't talk. All right, so 3 autos. And then we've got here Dean Red Blue. That Dean Red Blue rookie field level, that's out of 199.
This is nice.
Nice. Not a bad box,
stuff.
I would say. TJ Watt Hyper. Andrew Booth Jr. Prism rookie. Jamison Williams. And, by the numbers. Numbers. TB12. But number 10 there.
TB10 in college.
All right, let's flip it over to David.
All right.
David, good luck.
Troy, can you slide me the cutter, please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty.
Did I see the Micah Parsons go by? I got to put these in piles.
Skirt. All right.
Let's see what David gets, guys.
Give me a 1 of 1.
Come
please.
on, David.
What do we got? Oh. All right. What do we say? We'll start from here. All right.
Micah
Devin
Parsons.
Lloyd, rookie field level. AJ Brown. Desmond Ritter. There you go. Desmond Ritter, field level. TB. Debo. Zeke. Randy Moss. I forgot. I always forget he went to Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Patty Mahomes. McLaurin. Levi Lewis. University of Louisiana Lafayette Youth Explosion on the auto right there, Levi Lewis. And right behind that, it's a red rookie of Malik Willis. That's out of 149 right there.
Malik, the freak.
I'm worried about Malik. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, he did not look good the times he got in this year. I'm just being honest.
And the fact that they gave the job to Josh Dobbs off the street.
Over him? Yeah.
Crazy. Chris Long, that's out of 199. And Matt Corral.
Not Coral.
Another Matt Corral, turbocharged. And nice little first pack here. Kenny Pickett.
Okay. Oh, that was only your first pack. Okay. Kenny Pickett.
On the phenomenon.
Meerkat, I'm going to read this as you typed it. How do people enter? I'm writing copy. All they have to do is give us who they think.
If someone put it in all caps.
All caps. They need to tell us who they think is going to win tonight's college football championship and what is their score prediction. I love Lamp.
Devontae Adams, Roquan Smith, Chris Olave on the rookie.
Nice one?
Oh, Donovan McNabb.
Oh, Syracuse,
Donovan
baby.
McNabb
I always forget.
at Cuse.
And I also forget that he was Carmelo Anthony's teammate at Cuse.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure they played together.
I don't know. You're gonna have to look that one up.
I'm gonna look that up.
Because I don't think McNabb was on. No, McNabb wasn't on the title team. Because Melo was only 1 year for.
Oh, he wasn't on the title team? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I gotta look now.
N'Kobe Dean on the auto. There you go.
Okay.
Little Georgia Bulldog. Fitting. Kieran Williams on the rookie. Desmond Ritter. That's a purple rookie. What is?
Oh, you're right. He was before. He was before.
That's out of
Melo.
75 right there. On the Ritter rookie.
On the Ritter rookie? That's a
Yes.
nice one out of 75.
Yes.
Love that. Okay, I like that.
Barry Sanders. Sensations Malik Willis and a turbocharged Malik Willis. All right, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Guys, I don't know. I wanna root for TCU tonight, but I can't see it happening. I feel like Georgia's just team of destiny.
Yeah.
All right. Cup
Especially
on the
after that game on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Malik Willis. My boy. Stephon Diggs in the Maryland jersey. Matt Ryan. Swift. Jason Witten. Justin Ross, rookie. Haven't seen him at all this year. Obviously, we know he had a little injury. Drew Bledsoe, Andrew Booth Jr., and Brandon Peters. Brandon Peters, Illinois, on the auto. And let's finish it up. We got Justin Ross on the rookie. There you go, the red-blue Kenny Pickett out of 199.
Nice.
Marshall Falk. That's a phenomenon. Drake London. And last but not least, we have Jamison Williams on the Sparks. All right, Chad, who won?
Did I do it with the tie-dye auto? What do you think?
You might have.
I don't know. I'll leave it up to the chat.
I had a lot of the rookie quarterbacks, but no, like...
They're saying numbered
no
quarterbacks win it. They're saying numbered quarterbacks win it.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Ooh, this might be a toss-up. All right, well, you guys debate this in the chat. And while you guys debate this in the chat, David and I are going to sign off for the day because we got to let the others in, baby. Big day for David Adams Breaking. Big day. We're going to be on 2 separate platforms. We're going to be on YouTube, and we're going to be on Twitch. So listen, on Twitch, right after this, it's going to be Elena. Elena's going to be on, I think, like 12 to 4:30, so make sure you're checking her out. And then I'm not sure who's on YouTube, but obviously check that out there. Mm-hmm. Personals, group breaks going on all day long. Make sure you're sticking with us, twitch.tv/DACarWorld. We'll be back on Wednesday, of course, with another great guest, another great episode, some more box rip giveaways. So make sure you're sticking with us on that. Follow us across all social media platforms, DACarWorld. And then DA_the Chase on everything. Make sure you're checking that out. Go on the YouTube too. Shop around. Look for some videos, some different breaks we did. Make sure you're doing that. And of course, you know what? Our guy Meerkat too. Don't forget on YouTube every day, Card News Now. He's bringing you the latest in the hobby, inside stuff that you may not hear elsewhere. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. thank you again for joining us. We always appreciate you guys. It's all about the chat. You guys know that.
The chat's the GOAT.
What else should they remember going into Wednesday?
It's all about the chase.
Woo!
We both hit it.
All right. See you Wednesday. Top chat.